I am joined now by New York State Agriculture Commissioner Darrel Aubertine, the top official at the New York State Fair. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, sir.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Dave.
Now, New York State Fair, it's coming up upon us once again, a sure sign that summer is going to be drawing to a close eventually. And we hear you've got quite a lot of new features this year.
We do. There's always a lot of focus on the grandstands. And this year, 10 of the 12 nights, we will have performances at the grandstands. But in addition to that, we've got some new foods at the fair, we've got some new exhibits at the fair, and we're certainly trying to bring our focus back to agriculture at the fair. I know a lot of people go with the anticipation of trying some of the great foods that are there and enjoying the midways, only to discover that, there's a lot to do in and around the animal barns and to see a lot that's going on in agriculture right in their own backyard.
Now, how important do you feel it is to keep that aspect of the fair, that agricultural aspect, alive?
Oh, I think it's extremely important. After all, the fair was always and has been, I guess, for time immemorial, traditionally an agricultural event. And to be able to bring more of a focus to agriculture and help people better understand how big agriculture is here in New York State, and the fact that they're impacted every day by what goes on farms here in the state is something that we're proud to do.
Now, something like New York State Fair seems like such a monumental task. And where do you even begin to try and pull something like this together? I mean, as soon as the fair ends for 1 year, are you back at the drawing board for next year, or is it even earlier than that?
No, we really are. And in many cases, it is earlier than that, taking ideas from one fair and bringing them forward to the next. But next year's fair, the 2014 fair will begin the day that on Labor Day when we shut this year's fair down. There's a lot that goes in to preparing for nearly 1 million visitors to Central New York every year, and our staff works very, very hard to make that happen in a very successful way.
Now, with all that's new this year at the fair, if you had to find 1 or 2 reasons to tell folks to come from wherever they live to the New York State Fair this year, what do you think those reasons would be?
Well, I think the Taste of New York program is a program that people can certainly enjoy and see how agriculture impacts them and their daily lives, but also the exhibit with regard to Onondaga Lake, and get a feel for how important Onondaga Lake is to Central New York, as well as some of the other things that we're trying to do to promote agriculture, the wine and beer exhibits, and for locally grown wine and beer, the wine and cheese contest. All those things are relatively new this year, and we want people to enjoy those things.
I'm sure they will. New York State Agriculture Commissioner Darrel Aubertine, thank you so much for joining us, sir, and we'll see you at the fair.
It's my pleasure. Hope to see you there.